G'day, I'm Little Hope and I'm living in love and not in fear. Welcome to my channel, Ascension Through Spiritual Warfare. So, this is called Lifelong Targeted Program. And it starts with covert surveillance and study. They need to know everything about the targeted. And they do. They know all your likes and all your dislikes. They know everything about you, and because they've been studying you since birth. So this program is a lifelong program. And, so it starts with the covert, and then they go into psychological torture. And they force you to realise the monitoring. And so, they do absurd things. They'll beep the horn. They'll drive around with lights out, either one headlight or one brake light, or they'll flash red lights, and it's all meant to let you know that you're being watched. You're on watch. The targeted individual is on watch, and then you realise that you're being monitored, and then they're conditioning you and intimidating you and sensitizing you, and they'll come and they'll talk to you, and they'll say things that they'll bring up things about your life, and things that are private, phone calls, just things that you've done, and it'll be done, these conversations or these words that they come and say to you will be done by a whole myriad of people. Hundreds of people will say the same thing. or they'll just say things that are, that you're going through or you've spoken about, and okay, and all the gang stalkers, they say the same things. Anyway, there is nowhere that you can hide or go, and they hide in plain sight. So they'll come in and they don't just whisper it to you so only you can hear, and they'll say it in front of everyone, in front of a town of people. You'll be at the shops and they'll come and say stuff to you that is private information, and how does this how does this happen? And it's because they're conditioning you to be sensitized, and you can't go anywhere. I've been all the way around Australia, and they're everywhere. And it's all day long, and it's all day long. And I've even realised now that it's even the shows I watch. Even the shows I watch, they'll be saying stuff exactly about my life, and oh, what a great job I'm doing, and what, as if it's personally made. This show is just personally made for me. And and they say, oh, this will be coming next, and it's not. They want to, give you hope, to the end of all of this, and and they also send in, they do things like they cough and they laugh, and they'll send in handlers and honeypots, to handle you and to get you more under their control, and these people, they must be getting paid good money for it, because if you're doing surveillance on a fellow human being, then you are selling your soul. Okay, you have no hope. And what it all is about is they want to destroy your life. And it's all done, tailor designed, just for you. So they all approach us all, especially tailored for your life. And they want to destroy your life. And because they have studied everything about you and they know everything about you. And so they know, and they want to destroy everything in your life. They want to destroy your relationships. They want to destroy your job, your housing. They want to destroy your confidence. They want to destroy you, and they want you to be living in misery, and they want you, and they will kill you. They will kill you by doing this and just break your heart that you will die of a broken heart. But they want you to kill yourself. And they will destroy your all your property, and they will just put you in complete devastation. And they isolate you, and they make it impossible to have any normality, no connections, no job, no home, just nothing. Everything and everyone you meet will betray you. And it'll be hundreds of thousands of people in your life, and every last one of them will betray you and try to take you down and destroy you. And life just becomes intolerable to live. And, they're doing mind control, so it just gets so intolerable that you isolate yourself. You don't want anything to do with anyone. You just, be independent, and you can do this on your own. You become so close to spirit. And that's how you survive, is with spirit, with prayer, and with your positivity and your joy, your birthright that you've been born with. Your soul, your spirit becomes richer in the isolation. And then when you're isolated, and when you're isolated, you go indoors and you don't want to be. And so you're away from nature, which that's how spirit speaks to you, is through nature. And then while you're in isolation, they will send mind control, they do that mind control tactics. I don't know, they get devices, I don't know if it's your phone or... It's a whole heap of different variables they do with your phone, with everything around you. And they're also pointing touchless torture weapons at you. So you're in your home and it becomes toxic. Like sometimes I feel like I'm getting things landing in my eyes and in my skin, and it's painful. It feels like shards of glass, you know, and it's this touchless torture weaponry that they have, and it can get you. And they've wrecked my van with this stuff. Like my van, everything is just falling apart inside my van because they're just so heavy with the touchless torture. But the mind control, oh, I can't remember stuff. You know, I feel like I'm being influenced on how to think, and I can't think for myself. And so, you know, you just become a shadow of yourself, and that's what they want. They just want you to just give up, you know. But this is all coming to an end. And who's doing it? Well, it's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war. And it's the people, and not people, but they think they are the closest to God. This race of beings think they are the closest race to God. So I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, but they also have big noses. And I don't want to say who they are, but I'm sure you understand. They're very rich, and they walked across the desert for 40 years and they're still the richest race in the world. And they're Freemasons as well, because when the old world got destroyed, they reappeared in the setting, in the new world, the last reset, and made up stories about who was the architect of this amazing building, and you know, who made it, and these were actually building, and they turn these buildings, they turn everything upside down, and they turn these buildings into churches so they could control you more with, you know, more mind control, you know, telling you what Spirit is saying to you. And the thing is their God is not your God. You don't need to go into a church and be told what God is saying to you, because God is within you. And that's what we are discovering now. These old world buildings were activations, healing centers, you know, and they turn everything around for the worst. So the old, these old buildings, these old world buildings were powerhouses and healing buildings, and they had bells, and the bells and the LED lighting and the colours, they all mean, and the shapes all mean something, and all have benefit for the people with a soul. And they took the bells because there was war, you know, and they took the bells and melted them down and made bullets out of them. So they made something that was healing into something for killing. And but this time is coming to an end. You know, we've had the negative time, and everyone's waking up to the truth, and it's a mass awakening. This is the mass awakening happening right now, and there's going to be so many people waking up for 2026, and we're going to wake up to our powers within, and unity and love and unconditional love, and that we don't need to be told what to do, and rules that law, and because by 2025 we should know the difference between right and wrong, and the people with a soul do, and they live. I'm Little Hope, and I'm living in love and not in fear. I'm having a blessed and wonderful transmuting their stalking, their gaslighting, and their weapons of destruction against humanity by using my voice, by keeping present, by keeping a balanced emotions, and by spreading love and not living in fear. Amen. I hope you are, my beloved. And hey, stay beautiful.